Welcome to the Live from South College podcast. I'm your host, Kathleen Stockham. The Live from South College podcast is your source for all South College activity, including new student information, deep dives into our 100 plus programs and concentration, tools of the trade, and even live on location from all of our campuses. Great interviews with faculty, staff, deans, and hear from South College students and alumni in their own words. From certificates all the way to doctoral degrees, catch up with Live from South College for the lighter side of helping your dreams find direction. One of the cornerstones of our institution is our very large dental hygiene program, which features multiple levels of programs and also has an incredible public facing dental clinic that provides services to the entire Nashville metropolitan area. At the center of all of this awesomeness for this Center of Excellence episode is my guest today, Director of Dental Hygiene and Assistant Professor Tammy Fisher. Hi, Tammy.
Kathleen, thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Let's go. So, Nashville is a very unique campus because it has not only, of course, the very large dental hygiene and dental assist programs, but it also has a public facing dental clinic. Tell us more about the entire program.
Kathleen, there has never been a better time than right now to enter the dental profession, and particularly in the state of Tennessee. We're seeing a statewide shortage in dental professionals, which includes dental assistants, dental hygienists, and even dentists. According to the Rural Health Information Hub, of the 95 counties in Tennessee, 85 are in an extreme shortage of dental professionals. We've made a little bit of progress in that number over the last 3 years, but we're still seeing a great need. And part of that is because of the explosion of growth of people moving into Tennessee. So here at South College, we offer 3 pathways for prospective students. We have the Certificate in Dental Assisting, the Associates of Science in Dental Hygiene, and the Bachelor's of Science in Dental Hygiene.
So, the dental hygiene program, as you just mentioned, offers both an associate's and a bachelor's degree. What are students typically choosing, and what is the difference between the programs?
Okay, that is a really good question. And we're fortunate to have options. The associate degree of dental hygiene is actually the entry level to the profession. You have to have that degree in order to get a license in Tennessee and in other states. Our students get a broad foundation in the dental sciences, such as head and neck anatomy, histology, embryology, radiology, pharmacology, all the coursework. And then, of course, they do their clinical practice right here on campus. When our dental hygiene students graduate with their associate, they have certifications to administer local anesthesia and nitrous oxide. Now, the bachelor's degree opens up doors for more opportunities for our graduates. Many of our students start having already attended college, either at South College or other schools, and so they have extra credit that may apply towards their bachelor's degree. And for folks choosing to do that, the bachelor's degree opens up opportunities like for education, like what I chose. They may choose research, or they may work in sales or in alternative settings other than a dental office, like the Veterans Administration, Indian Health Services, or public health. The exciting thing is that when those doors open, those opportunity doors open, our students are ready. I think many of our students, most intend to go straight to work in a dental office. That's what they're planning to do. But with a bachelor's degree, they have other opportunities should that arise.
Oh, that's great. All right. So I'm a little bit naive about all of this. Explain the difference between dental hygiene and dental assist.
Okay, that's a great question. In that confusion is common among people.
Okay, I'm glad now.
Let me talk about dental assisting a little bit. Our students come in and they can expect 3 quarters of work. They have 2 quarters where they're on campus in classroom setting, lab, and some clinical work. And then that 3rd quarter, they go out to an externship. 95 times out of 100, they are hired right there in that externship. And so that's a real positive for the dental assisting students. And when our dental assisting students graduate, they are eligible to take the Dental Assisting National Board for certification. It's not required in every state, but they're eligible. And they also will graduate with 4 certifications in Tennessee, one for radiology, sealants, coronal polishing, and nitrous oxide monitoring. So they go out with a really good knowledge base. And dentists in this area are really pleased with our students. Now, dental hygiene, the difference is dental hygienists are licensed providers. And there is, I think there's a misconception that all they do is clean teeth. And there's much more than that. There is a very strong link between oral health and overall health. And so we teach our students a broad platform on that. And they are eligible to do oral cancer screenings, all kinds of radiology, radiographs. They do sealants, they can do whitening trays. But the main thing is therapeutic periodontal treatment, where they are cleaning the teeth, but so much more. And so dental assistants help with sterilization, which hygienists can do as well. Mm-hmm. And they work very closely with the doctor or the hygienist to support the work they're doing. They'll work with the dentist, the assistants will, on restorative treatment, setting up the room, seating the patients. And I'll tell you, dental assisting is a great spot for maybe a student coming straight from high school and they're not sure and they're wanting to get their feet in the door of dentistry. Dental assisting is a great place to start for either high school students or someone that has maybe had another career and wants to pivot into something new. Dental assisting is a good place to start. And then what happens, many of our hygiene students come and they have been assistants. It's not required, certainly not, but many of them have been assistants and they're there in the office and they see, I really want to learn more and do more. Mm-hmm. And so that happens. Now, we have our first dental hygiene graduate starting dental school this year. And that's a real goal for us, that wherever you start, you keep learning and keep going.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The first one starting this fall. And we're really proud of her for that.
So you mentioned the students. Tell me, what does the typical student or the more successful student for dental hygiene bring to the table in terms of experience, goals, work-life balance, things like that?
You bet. Now, as I said, many of them are assistants, but it is absolutely not required at all. But many of them are because they've gotten in there and they see what the different professions offer, and they're really excited about it. They want to take that next step to be a provider. And I do think it is very important for students to know what they're getting into, mm-hmm. and to understand the differences so that they have a clear understanding of what they're getting involved. Hygienists, and I always say this when I'm talking to a student, I want to make sure you understand blood and needles are involved because there are people that is not, they're averse to that.
I would be one of those, yes.
Yeah. And another piece of it that some people just don't think about is that we work in very close proximity to the patient. Mm-hmm. And so we're very, very close to the patients. And I loved that. I loved being a hygienist. I worked in one office for 34 years, and I think I might still be there had my boss unfortunately passed away. And so I think I'd probably still be there because I loved all of that, every bit of it.
Yeah.
And so it's important to know that hygienists will give injections. We sit close to the patients. And both fields, I think any assistant or any hygienist will tell you, it is hard work. It is really hard work. But we do our best to teach our students proper positioning, good posture, and good ergonomics in order to keep their necks, backs, and wrists safe. And so that they will be able to enjoy a career for a very long time, just like I did. So I think many of our students come to South College for dental hygiene, planning to go straight out to a traditional dental dental office setting.
Yeah, we'll definitely get a peek at that a little bit later. Coming up, I'm actually talking to two of your students, and we're going to get into that specifically. So let's talk about the public facing dental clinic. It's honestly an amazing service we offer. I've been in there multiple times. I love it. We've done some community service events, as you, of course, remember. We filmed videos in there. It's really amazing. It's an incredible service to the community of Nashville. Tell us about the clinic and the services and the fees and the supervision of our students and all that entails.
You bet. You have been a great friend to dental hygiene, no doubt about it. We have had a lot of really fun times,
Yes, we have.
like you said, filming the commercials and TV spots and the great volunteer projects that we've put on. But the very best way to find out about the clinic is to come in and have your teeth cleaned. It's a great way for prospective students to see the very close interaction between our faculty and the students.
Mhm.
I think that's a real positive. We do offer dental cleanings, oral cancer screenings, radiographs, comprehensive exams. We have an amazing supervising dentist who every patient gets a comprehensive exam. And if they need further work, we either refer them back to their dental home or to many places in Nashville where they can get treatment. We do sealants if they're needed for children, and we do whitening trays if patients desire that. We never charge veterans, and the cleaning services are free for South College students. For the public, the cost is $20 for an adult for a
Wow.
standard cleaning, and $12 for children. So it is a great deal for a mom with several children to have that, I think. If a deep cleaning is needed, if more periodontal work, therapeutic type cleaning is needed, we charge a maximum of $80.
Mhm.
So it's a great value. I always want to have truth in advertising here. It takes longer. And I never want someone to think, oh, we're going in for a 30-minute cleaning for $20. It does take longer because our students are learning and because the faculty is right there supervising them and checking every step of the way. So while the cost is low, the time is high.
Yeah, but the extreme payoff is for these students that actually get to practice, and
You
the
bet.
benefit, of course, is to the community where they can get these services for a discount, and let's, not forget there's also teeth whitening, which I know is a popular service with some of my colleagues, who we
Yep.
shall not name
Same.
at the moment.
Same. Yeah. Everybody wants whiter teeth,
Of course.
myself included.
That's
It is a
well,
great.
I love it.
There's some great options available, and we have a couple of different options in the clinic that
Yeah.
folks can do.
I love that. As I mentioned earlier, we're gonna get to talk to a couple of your students coming up a little bit later in the podcast. But I've been around you enough and your students, and you always seem to have such a tight bond with your students. And it's very much, as I've always described it, it's kind of like a tribe. Tell me a little bit about that bond and where you think that comes from.
It is like a tribe, and that's a great way I haven't really thought of that term as the description, but it is a great way to describe it. And I'll tell you, I think about this a lot, all of the time. It is very 100% intentional. I believe that if you are traveling through a program with a close knit group of people, everybody's going to do better. Now, we have a lot of diversity here, a lot of different students from different places, and it's intentional that we put them together and try to just make friendships right from the get go. We start out with a meet and greet after they've been accepted into the program, and we just do some fun, silly things that help them get to know each other right from the beginning. And then from the orientation, we have I would call it a three-pronged approach. And this is top of mind for me every single day. We hope to present to our students a curiosity and a love of learning. I tell them all the time, when I graduated back a long time ago, we did not wear gloves. Can you imagine?
No.
We
Oh
did
my
not wear gloves. It horrifies me now, but it
all
was
right.
typical
I
then.
officially have the ick now. No. No.
I practiced for 7 years without gloves. I would not clean my husband's teeth now without gloves on, but uh, we that was we thought we were so smart.
Oh my
And there was
goodness.
still a lot to learn. And so I tell the students all the time, what if I'd been unwilling to learn and grow? no one would have me
Yeah.
now, you know? And so there, so top of mind is developing a love of learning, realizing there's so much more to learn and grow. And number two is community service. We live in an area where there is very little access to care and lots of opportunities for us to volunteer. There are some amazing organizations in Middle Tennessee that provide free dental care. And believe it or not, people line up for hours for that care. And so anytime we hear about it, we go. And it's not mandatory. Students can volunteer and faculty volunteers, but we always send a group. And it's my goal that we have a large presence in those volunteer opportunities whenever we can. Now, guess what happens? The students come back and they say things like, Miss Fisher, I was going to give, but I got so much more. My eyes opened up to what's really happening, and this was huge experience for me.
Yeah.
And that makes my day, and I know that, and so I know that's what's going to happen. And I that is always something we will do. We will be involved however we can in our community. And third, our clinic. This is where the magic happens. I always say that
Oh,
when I'm
yeah.
taking
No, I
people on
agree.
tour,
I've
but
seen
it's
it.
true. We could deliver our coursework very plainly, very much black and white. We could teach head and neck anatomy, and then we could teach it. But all of our faculty brings color and texture and diversity and their experiences. And by diversity, I mean we have a wide range of ages of faculty. They've all been in different states. We have strong Michigan presence for some reason and a strong Tennessee.
They
And
need dental work in Michigan.
they all have different, we have one faculty that worked overseas. We have people that have been involved in periodontal treatment, pediatric treatment, all kinds of different backgrounds that bring so much texture to our students. And so that it makes our educational programs really, really rich. And so with that, we hope to cause them to understand that it is important for them to go from here with an evidence based mindset towards their patient care. You know, forever, it's always been this way. There's always lots of old wives' tricks and things like that, but we use evidence based. And one thing that I'm really proud of, and I think one of the students that you're interviewing, we've had two students recently be published in our dental hygiene journals. And we are over the moon proud of them for that. And we hope that they will keep doing that once they've graduated. You know, keep looking for research and putting it out there to be published, because it's really a great professional accomplishment for them.
Oh, yeah.
And so about that bond, it is, like I said, very, very intentional. Right from the first, we are encouraging them to form a tight community, and they do. And again, those three things: a love of learning, community service, and evidence-based practice, so that they can be the very best when they go from us.
Amazing. So about 4 or 5 episodes ago, I got to interview president of the Dallas campus and, of course, the dean of academics, which is Turner and Chris. And they are very excited because coming on board is another dental hygiene program and, of course, another public-facing dental clinic for our Dallas campus. How exciting is it that Dallas will be coming on board with its own programs and public dental clinic? How do you feel about that?
I feel really excited. I don't know if you know, but Dallas was my home for 41 years, and I am
I
very
didn't know that.
invested in the dental community there. I
Oh,
loved Dallas. My real heart was in Tennessee, but I love Dallas. And South College will have the 8th dental hygiene program in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. That sounds like a lot, but there are 8.5 million people in Dallas
wow.
and
Yeah.
Fort Worth. And that's more than the entire state of Tennessee. So South College is going to do very well in Dallas. They've got a great location there, and I'm really looking forward to see how it all comes together.
Yeah, we're excited too. It's gonna be really great when everything is all said and done, and most importantly, more white teeth in the city of Dallas. They don't have enough. So I love that. let's talk about you for a minute. So, what's been your journey and how did you get to South College?
It is a great story. So I grew up in East Tennessee and I love it there. I went to East Tennessee State many years ago. And at my college graduation, Lamar Alexander was the governor and he spoke. And at that time, Tennessee was very depressed. And he actually said these words: "I realize most of you are leaving today. I hope you'll come back." And that was in my head. And I always wanted to come back. But it ended up, my boyfriend, my husband, was already living in Dallas. And so we got married, went to Dallas. I thought we'd be right back. And it was 41 years. My darling children, I have 3 children, and they all grew up. They had wonderful life growing up in Dallas. And oddly enough, they all landed in Nashville independently of each other.
Wow.
Yeah. And meanwhile, 41 years in Dallas, 34 years with one doctor. And my dentist, as I look back on it, gave me a gift that I hope everybody can experience. And he allowed me the flexibility to participate in a lot of outside activities. In 1995, I was appointed by George Bush, the then governor of Texas, to the state dental board. That was an amazing experience. I was the first hygienist to serve a full term on the dental board. There had been 2 before me, but they didn't get to serve their full term. And so that was just a life-changing opportunity. Because of that, I was a clinical board examiner for 21 years. And I met people and went to schools and had so much experience. I probably visited about 50 dental hygiene schools in the west of the United States and
Mhm.
participated in about 65, 75 exams. And I'm so thankful that my boss gave me that opportunity, because the people I met in all of that encouraged me to go on and get my master's. I don't
Mhm.
think I would have done it at all, but they encouraged me to do that and to be ready. As Ina Garten says, be ready when the luck happens. That is exactly what happened. I started teaching. I wasn't sure teaching was where I wanted to go. I loved being one on one with a patient. I talk a lot, but I'm kind of an introvert. And
I
so
would never guess that.
so my boss died, is what happened. My boss passed away.
Mhm.
And then I was given the opportunity to teach a class. And in the second class experience, like first class, second class, first day, second day, I was hooked. I fell in love with the students. I realized, yeah, I have a lot to share from all these experiences. And so I was teaching there in Dallas. And then I guess about 5 or 6 years later, I became the program director there, just in time for COVID. And one day during COVID, I was at my desk preparing to make the long commute home. And I always check my phone messages to be sure everything's clear before I go. And who knows how it works, but on LinkedIn, there was a little red light. And I looked at it and it said Program Director Nashville. And I thought, how does it possibly know the only city in this whole world I want to move to? And it's asking me for that. And so I went home and I asked my husband, do you think I should even look at this? Because I loved my job in Dallas. I wasn't looking to move except to be with my kids. And my husband said, push the button. And so, oddly enough, 2 weeks later, I came for an interview. 2 weeks after that, I moved to Nashville. And while I loved Dallas, I have not looked back. I'm so happy to be back in Tennessee. And so I have three children here and 5 grandchildren now. And that was really a life changing moment. Thank you, LinkedIn. Thanks,
Yay!
South College.
I love that. What a great story.
Thank
So,
you.
so a quick little pop quiz for you. What kind of student were you in school?
Was, I would say I was anxious. Um, Things were different then. Teachers held a hard, hard tack, hard approach.
Mhm, mhm.
And I was always afraid, am I doing enough? Am I studying hard enough? Study, study, study all the time. Now, the thing that kind of worked well for me, I was 200 miles from home and more than 1,000 from my boyfriend. So I had a lot of time on my hands to study.
Mhm.
And I think at the end of it, I realized I had been a pretty good student.
Yeah.
And I think what serves me well is I love reading and I'm very curious. This is kind of a pun on words. If you're not in the dental profession, you don't know, but I would consider myself an explorer, we have an instrument called the Explorer, but I am an explorer. I want to know everything I can find out about
Yeah.
things.
No, that makes complete sense, and what I also hear in your story is, besides the ambition, I hear perseverance.
Yeah.
I definitely hear someone that, you had a couple of challenging moments with the passing of your boss, and then you're kind of stepping into an instruction role, and then it's like, okay, and then you find something else, and so it's a nice story of perseverance. You didn't find just contentment in the everyday. You were looking for, something else to challenge you, which is really cool. So you mentioned you have obviously all of this family with you there in Nashville, but what do you do in your spare time?
Yeah, I love to read, and I think for the last probably 10 years, I've read 50 books, at least 50 books a year.
Wow. Okay.
And so I'm always reading. I love the outdoor activities that Nashville has. I love hiking. I try to hike at least once a week or more. There's so many beautiful opportunities right in the city. And so you don't get that in Dallas, Texas. It's too hot to be outside. And
Let's not tell our Dallas campus folks that.
it's hot, yeah, and, I love kayaking and canoeing and all that those kinds of things, and so that's it, and, top it off with exploring. I love to travel, and when I travel, I hardly sleep because I wanna see it all and do it all, and so, I think reading and exploring covers it pretty good
Yeah,
for
I
me.
love that. Well, this has been amazing and truly one of the highlights every time I go to Nashville, of course, is to stop in and see you and Miss
Thank you.
Irene, who I love dearly.
Yep,
And
we
one
love
of
you
the
too. You've
uh,
been good to us for
oh,
sure.
no, it's my pleasure, and one of the greatest moments of this year that stood out for me is seeing Miss Irene cross that stage to get her master's degree, and all of the dental students that were graduating were standing on their
Were
seat.
you there for
I
that?
was.
The
It literally
whole
gave me
place
chills.
erupted.
It
The
it
entire
it
place
really
erupted,
it totally did. It
and
brought the house down. It
we
was
were
truly,
so
and
proud of her.
that goes back to the bond that all of those students were standing on their chairs in the Grand Ole Opry, literally on their feet, screaming and clapping for Miss Irene.
Screaming,
Uh,
yeah, and
yeah.
you know what it was? It was our students, but it was all the other people that had been in to have their teeth cleaned, and she's the face of
Yes.
our program.
Yes.
I mean, she really is. And so there were a lot of people there that knew her, like this our students' families know her. Other
Yes.
students know her. Other faculty know her because they've been in to have their teeth cleaned. And at first I was like, what's everybody screaming about?
Yeah.
And
No,
then I
it was
realized it's because everyone knows her. I mean, a lot of people know her.
yeah,
And just our community, a
it
lot of
was
people know.
amazing. We were obviously there to video and get photography at the graduation, and it's literally one of my favorite photos is you see all these students standing up
Yeah.
and she's standing there with Nick, the campus president, as well. It
I
was
was I was in the background like a proud mother, trying to video everything, from
it
my seat. And
yeah,
I'll tell you that was really happy. I'll tell you of all the days of the year, graduation is my very favorite. It
of
is
course.
so rewarding to see our students that have, like you said, persevered and made it through. I couldn't be prouder. Well, I hate to say if they were my own children, but kind of. I mean, I'm that
They're
proud.
they're kinda like surrogate
Yeah,
kids, and I get
similar.
that. I
A,
love
a
it.
close second to
Yeah.
mine.
Well, it has been so great to catch up with you. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey, thank you. It was a lot of fun.
That's dental hygiene and assistant professor Tammy Fisher from our incredible Nashville Dental Clinic at the Nashville campus. Coming up after the break, we're going to talk to two of your current students and hear more about their journey in the dental hygiene program and why they chose this path. I'm going to go floss really quick so they can judge me. Stick around. We'll be right back.
When you start your new career path at South College, you'll join students from different walks of life at varying stages in their lives. Many students are going back to school to finish degrees, while others are pursuing elevated education that will help them improve their potential in their current roles or for chasing a new direction. South College offers over 100 programs and concentrations with specialized focus on associate, bachelor's, master's, educational specialist, and doctoral degrees in healthcare, business, technology, education, and legal studies. We are regularly developing new academic programs based on local, regional, and national trends. Each curriculum is designed to promote development of knowledge and skills in the associated discipline as we challenge and support our students. South College is committed to providing intellectual, social, and professional development to a diverse student body. With locations in Knoxville, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, Atlanta, Georgia, Asheville, North Carolina, Orlando, Florida, Indianapolis, Indiana, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Dallas, Texas, and Marietta, Georgia, as well as programs delivered through Competency-Based Education, or CBE, and online. We're here with you every step of the way, starting with the admissions process. To find out more, visit South College at south.edu. South College, where dreams find direction.
Welcome back. I'm excited to be joined by dental hygiene students Katja Martinez and Curstyn Malloy, who are stepping away from studying to tell us all about what they are up to. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, so happy to have you here, and you'll be happy to know I flossed today.
Good to hear.
Just anticipating. All right, well, here we go. So we'll start with an easy question. Why dental hygiene? And Katja, I'll start with you first. Why dental hygiene?
Oh, okay. So easy question. Why dental hygiene? So the main reason why I chose dental hygiene, one is because I was always passionate about helping others. Dentistry, since I have previous history in working in private practice, but especially just being able to help people with their confidence in their health. As we all know, a smile can hold so much of a story, and that tends to be the one thing someone always notices, right? So I just love that in dental hygiene, we have the opportunity to just learn and educate others regarding like preventing diseases and making an impact in their life, but also their quality of life, right? For me personally, I am a bilingual first generation, soon to be healthcare provider. So I do take pride in being able to communicate both English and Spanish. And it just allows me to build a trust between patient and clinician, and just helps overall break down language barriers and provide more of a compassionate care for them. Because from my background, dental hygiene and education in that aspect is not something that is very familiar. So I'm just glad I was able to join into this amazing career where I can help a different community too.
Oh, I love that. What a great answer. And you're absolutely right. A smile says so much about health and happiness and a lot of other things. All right, Curstyn, you're up next. Why dental hygiene for you?
I kind of have to piggyback a little bit on what Katja said. I think for me, I also have previous background in dentistry. I was a dental assistant in general private practice, oral surgery, and orthodontics. And I got to see how much a smile really does impact individuals, not just with their confidence, but also just their overall well-being and quality of life. I got to see specifically the confidence aspect when it came to orthodontics, just how much a confidence boost individuals have in their smile when they feel happy about their smile, when they feel happy with their teeth. And then I got to see the quality of life when it came to oral surgery and general dentistry. We learn a lot in school, the connection between your mouth, teeth, gums, everything, and your general well-being and health. And so I really got to see, and I really do love how much of an impact we as hygienists can make, not just on individuals' oral health, but we can also make an outstanding impact when it comes to their overall health, especially in patients like diabetes patients. We get to see a lot of studies and a lot of things where it shows that we make so much of an impact. And I think that for me, that's very rewarding, getting to not only help their confidence when it comes to their smile and their teeth, but also give them benefit to improve their overall well-being and health.
Oh, that's amazing. And it's so true because the mouth is really kind of the gateway to the whole body. So that makes so much sense to me. I honestly never thought of it that way. But on the other hand, to your point, the confidence piece is very, very important. You've seen, obviously, reality shows and television shows, and someone gets new teeth or implants or something else, and they just glow, and it's amazing. And I've always loved to watch that stuff. So a second question that is always important, at least to me on the marketing side. Curstyn, you'll go first. Why did you choose South College for dental hygiene?
So I chose South College for dental hygiene. My first decision was I was still working as a dental assistant at the time, wanting to improve my career, go back to school, get more knowledge, and go up in the chain in dentistry. And I was actually able to do prerequisites that I still needed online. So that gave me the option to still be able to continue to work as a dental assistant like I wanted to, but was still able to go and get the prereqs that I needed in order to apply for the program. I noticed that not every school offers that option and has it to where you can do a lot of the prereqs online, because a good amount of those prereqs are science-based prereqs, so you have to do labs, and they have it structured to where you can do them online, you can do your labs online. So that was very beneficial for me, to where I was still able to work. I was able to save up some money knowing that I was going to be going back to school full-time for 2 years, so that helped me a lot to save money and just was very convenient for me.
Oh, that's awesome. Yay. All right. So, Katja, same question. Why South College?
I can totally agree with what Curstyn said. We kind of have a similar background. Like I mentioned earlier, I also have background in dentistry, and at that time, I was living in Texas, so I wanted to pursue a career which I knew was hygiene, but there wasn't a program there at that time that offered online classes to gain and earn the prerequisites to apply for a dental hygiene program. And I also have family currently living in Tennessee, so that just gave me a bigger of a window to just do my research and looking into schools that had more opportunities. And that's when I came across South College. And the biggest thing is the amount of opportunities hands-on that South College offers, and it's just a very helpful school. So during that time, I was also doing prerequisites before moving here. And once I moved here, I was able to transition into in-person classes, which was really nice. I was also looking for a program that was accelerated, quote unquote, right? So finished within 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I really just wanted a supportive environment, which I automatically received the first time I came to visit the campus. So
Yeah, I love that. Well,
that
and then
transition was so easy for me. So I really do appreciate that.
oh, yeah, absolutely. And of course, the public facing dental clinic, which to me is one of the most impressive and honestly one of the coolest things about the Nashville campus. It's right there on the first floor. It's accessible to the general public. And what I love about the dental clinic is every single piece of equipment, amenity, x-ray machine, chairs, tools, everything is literally the best of the best. This is not borrowed equipment. This is not, hey, I need to use this and you need to wait in line. I mean, everything is there. It is available. You're obviously under the supervision of a licensed DDS, which is amazing, and you get to work with the public. So, I mean, for me, what's been like the scariest thing so far? And I assume it would be seeing your first real patient at the clinic.
Yes, I can totally agree with that one. That was so terrifying, just going in, even though we were well prepared academically and everything that was in a textbook, we knew that knowledge. But once you see it in person, it's totally different,
Mm-hmm.
right? But the best thing to tell yourself is that your patient doesn't know that you're their first patient. So just like working in confidence really just helped. But I will say working on your first patient had to be nearly terrifying, just because we were doing a whole new skills like set on them instead of like what I previously did, which was orthodontics and things like that, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. Anytime you go to the dentist, you have to make the small talk and they ask you questions while they have their hands in your mouth, which is always my favorite part. But that has got to be terrifying the first time you have a real patient, a real person sitting there, and you've got to remember everything you need to do, every protocol, ask all the right questions, all of that. I just can't imagine what that must be like. So, another question for the both of you, besides the scary stuff, I mean, what has been like the most rewarding thing that you've had happen so far?
I think for me, what the most rewarding thing has been is now that we're at a point where we're seniors, we're getting ready to graduate, we are getting a chance to see some of our beginning patients that we saw when we were first starting clinic or when we were in clinic 2. They're all due now to be recares. They're either 6 months due or they're 3 months perio maintenance patients. And so now we're getting to see them again. And I think that what's been rewarding with that is we're actually getting to see them improve. I think that that has been so rewarding. Seeing patients where you've done deep cleanings on them and now they're due to come back for their maintenance, and you're seeing how much they've improved. They've been following the home care you gave them. They're feeling better. They're feeling confident. They're feeling happy. And I think that that is the most rewarding, seeing them come in and tell you how excited they are to say, I've been doing what you've been telling me, and you open their mouth and see, wow, I can tell it looks so good. Do you feel good? And they tell you they feel amazing. And I think that that for me has been the most rewarding part of it.
Yes, I
Yeah.
totally agree.
Yeah. Well, and what do you think?
I mean, same thing. It's just the environment in a clinic is just so rewarding as it is. Just seeing patients leave the clinic feeling better and even educating them, like I mentioned earlier. Not everyone grows up in a household where they own a toothbrush, know how to floss, know how to take care of themselves and their oral hygiene, right? And so just taking the time in the clinic to just educate them and just seeing how like happy and grateful they really are just coming and supporting us being patients, but also having them taking something with them as soon as they leave. It's so rewarding because they just leave with a huge smile on their face, especially when it's for me like my Spanish speaking patients. A lot of them never really grew up with a toothbrush, never knew how to use dental floss. So it was just nice to just take some time, educate them, make them feel welcome, make them feel like they've been heard, and give them a safe environment. And that
Yeah.
just like makes me feel like I did my job as I'm
Yeah.
like walking them
I
out.
agree. I
Yep.
second that, and it's so rewarding, and we're taught so much and throughout the program to not judge your patients. And I think that a lot of patients come into dental clinics, dental offices with the fear of judgment from their hygienist or their dentist with the current state that they're in, and we are always taught to never judge our patients. We're there to help them, we're there to educate them. And I'm sure my fellow classmates, even Katja, can agree that we have had patients who've come into our clinic and we do everything that we do. We educate them, we give them their cleaning, and they leave saying, wow, I've never had a cleaning like this before. I've never been educated like this before. This is the best cleaning I've ever had. Like, thank you so much. I feel like I really fully understand what oral health is, what my current oral health is, what I need to be doing at home, and why I need to be doing it at home. And I didn't feel judged by you when you were giving me all of this information. I think that that can make such an impact with patients going to the dentist regularly, is not having that fear that they're going to sit in the chair and be judged by us.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's also amazing because again, you're absolutely right. I think to the average person, besides buying a car, I think that's one of the scariest things,
Mhm.
particularly as you're, coming along as a young adult into, becoming an older adult, is sitting in the dentist chair for exactly that reason, being
Mhm.
judged or being told something's wrong. Sometimes it hurts, obviously. So
Mhm.
that makes complete sense to me. So, and it's kind of interesting that you're saying all this because every time I've been in the clinic for photos and video shoots, I noticed that the students are always like really tight, very tribal, very close. There's great handoff. There's great teamwork that I see going on. I got to film actually a couple of months ago with students and working with other programs like nursing and PA. And I noticed the teamwork immediately. Why do you think that is? Why do you think the students are so tight and so tribal in dental hygiene?
Let me just start off saying we go through a lot together, right? We've seen each other go through all types of emotions. We've been with each other through so much. And it is a very intense program, right? But yet again, very rewarding. That I feel like overall, with all those components, we create just a really natural bond.
Hmm.
And me and Curstyn we spoke about this, but I think we are really just grateful to have the group that are classmates, like our whole class in general, because we really do help each other a lot. from every little favor, or if they just need us like an emotional support system. We are that class that just is there for one another, right?
Yeah.
And
You guys actually sit on a student leadership board, right?
we do. So
Yes.
I serve as the vice president, and Curstyn serves as a historian. So we have a lot of time to just, plan things for our class, try to be those leaders with this intense program.
Mm-hmm.
And Curstyn can also say her behalf.
Yeah, I agree with what Katja said. This program is definitely challenging, and anything that is worth it is not going to be easy. And I think for most of us, if not all of us, this is probably one of the hardest things I think we've probably ever done. And so I think we've all bonded over that and bonded over all of our challenges, all of our successes and our failures. And I think that we bond because we all understand what each other is going through. I think that we're so close because of those challenges. We want to see each other succeed, and we want to see each other walk across the stage and get our pin at the end of it. And so I think that that kind of really pulls us together and just makes us closer, makes us a group. And I agree. I think we have a phenomenal group. I think our personalities all mix very well, and we all just want to help each other out, and we will do anything to help each other out. We're always constantly asking each other, hey, do you need anything? Do you need help? Can I help you get a patient? We're always trying to help give each other's patients to each other if we can, if we have enough but somebody else doesn't, and really trying to help each other meet our requirements, because it's not a competition. We're all trying to get to the finish line, and we want to get there together.
Oh, that's
I love
great.
that. And just to throw this in here, it's like we went in thinking we were just getting degrees, but we came out with some of our best friends for life. It's a sisterhood/brotherhood, because we do have some guys in our program, and so many of us come from different backgrounds and so many different experiences that just make this connection even stronger. We really just truly support each other inside and out of the clinic, which is
Yes.
That's awesome.
like an experience that we will hold in our hearts for life. And I'm just so grateful.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a constant theme. Every time I interview students, they all say something very similar. I went into this as a scared student, and I've come out with the very best friends for the rest of my life and the rest of my career, which I think is amazing. So I've always wanted to ask this question, so bear with me. Now that you are obviously deep into dental hygiene, so be honest, do you ever find yourself actually looking at people's teeth when you're out and about? I mean, do you stare?
I will be honest. I do look at people's teeth when they smile, but not out of judgment. I just, it's a habit of mine. I think when you get into dentistry, you kind of tend to do that, but I never do it out of judgment. It's a habit. I like to look at people's smiles, and I feel like you can tell a lot by a person with how they smile. If they're smiling ear to ear, you can tell that they're happy. And I am guilty of that myself.
No, I am too. I notice it way too often, to the point
I knew it.
When I'm watching a show, I see people walking around. That's just where our eyes are just, trained to see, and not, like Kirsten said, not in a judgmental way. But if we, want to offer to help, I don't think it's a bad thing either, but obviously at their own will.
Yeah, but does this mean that are your friends now afraid to come out to talk to you? Family members avoid you?
They all know that I do. So I'm like, I feel like I'm like the best person that you can trust at this point, right?
Okay.
So they'll just come in, get a quick cleaning, and continue with your day.
I love it.
They know it's out of love.
Yes.
Yeah, of course it's out of love. I've always wanted to ask that question. All right, so now let's roll ahead a little bit. So once you finish and you pass your licensure exam, ladies, what's next?
You want to go for it, Katja?
What next? So once I passed my boards, great question. After taking a good vacation, right? Because after 2 years of discipline, I feel like I deserve a mini vacation. Visit some of my friends back in Texas. But other than that, I feel like I'm just ready to jump right in and work. I'm not quite sure if I really want to do private practice, but the good thing is that once you have this license, you have such big opportunity to go anywhere, do anything. It's just such a beautiful thing, right? But we put
Mhm.
in all our hard work, so we deserve it. I would really like to work in some sort of public health setting also, doing a lot of mission work because one, we're young, let's travel, let's make this degree worth it and just experience everything. But I would also like to work in a private practice. I just have so many things that I want to accomplish with it, which is honestly such a blessing too. But
Yeah.
maybe just focus on volunteer work, mission work outside of the country, continue educating uh, the Spanish speaking community for sure.
Mhm.
And I just want to grow and possibly, this is, I want to become an advocate for this and just giving
Yeah.
back in every shape or form that I could possibly do.
Yeah, I love the advocacy piece. I think that's actually super smart. So, ladies, if you have any advice for someone listening who's thinking possibly about a career in dental hygiene, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to go and job shadow at a dental office to get a feel for what a dental office is like. Every dental office runs pretty similar. That'll give you an idea of how it looks, how it feels, what it's like. If it's specifically dental hygiene, I would go and request to just shadow and follow the hygienist around. There's no experience like getting to visually see it happen, because then you can see the day by day, step by step, what it's like to be in their shoes. If you've never had experience in dentistry ever, I know me and Katja have experience being assistants, so we kind of already knew what it was like. We've worked with hygienists before, but if someone has no experience in dentistry, I think going to an office and actually getting to talk to and see the dental hygienist in office is great, because dentistry can be kind of fast paced, but it's not anything that you can't handle, especially if you've already been exposed to it and seen what it's like. That helps you to not feel so a culture shock when you're going into a program that you are not familiar with any structure or anything of how it works. It just kind of
Mhm.
helps, especially when you start to get into clinic, you have somewhat of an idea.
Yeah.
Yes, I totally agree. If someone were to ask me, I would definitely recommend everything that Curstyn just said, but I would also add in just be ready to give it your all. It's such hard work being in
Mm-hmm.
dental hygiene school, but it's
Mhm.
100% worth it, right? You learn a lot more than just cleaning teeth. You end up like appreciating what dental hygienists end up doing because it's not just cleaning teeth. So just, you know, be ready to give it your 100%. If you get in the program, shadow hygienists, ask questions, even like you go to the clinic at the school, volunteer being a
Mm-hmm.
patient just so you can actually see the clinic aspect of the whole
Mm-hmm.
program, right? So you can have a better visual of what to expect once you're in. And I feel like we do have current students applying now that come into the
Mm-hmm.
clinic since you get free cleanings and they ask away
Mm-hmm.
questions and we like to be very thorough and it's just I think it's just a better thing to do for themselves,
Oh, I love
Mm-hmm.
that. That's really great advice, and I think it's also very meaningful that they do kinda get to sorta try it out a little bit, and I think the idea of shadowing is also super important. So a last question, ladies, what do you do in your spare time when you're not staring at other people's teeth? What do you do in your spare time if you have any?
I know in my spare time, I like to read and write. I like to listen to music and spend time with friends and family. I think it's really valuable for you to take some time out of studying, take some time out of the program to do things that you enjoy, take part in your hobbies, or even find new hobbies, because you are so stuck in the work. There is a lot of work that comes with being in this program, but like Katja said, it's very worth it. You just have to be prepared to spend a lot of time studying, spend a lot of time doing your work and doing your research and writing your papers, but you also want to take aside time to do the things that you enjoy, because that'll help keep you going and that'll help to not burn yourself out when you are doing your homework and things. So that way, when you do go into clinic to treat your patients, you're giving your patients your all and you're not exhausted. You're still enjoying things that you enjoy outside of school. So for me, my hobbies would be, like I said, listening to music, reading, writing, getting into new shows, but it's important to find your hobbies and stick with those hobbies throughout school.
I love that. All right,
yeah.
Katja, what are you
So
doing?
for me, other than thank goodness we're seniors and we're just preparing for boards now. So I have a little bit more time. I like just being with my friends. I love hosting. If you're my friend, you know I love to have theme nights. We do all of that. We hang out by the pool. I read a lot. I love reading. And I just like taking it easy, you know, just like my friends bring the best of me. I used to like traveling. Sadly, you know, I knew I had to sacrifice that just for 2 years. But I'm ready to just, you know, pick that up once we're done with all of this. But yeah, just
Yeah.
like keeping it nothing too crazy, just host dinners with my friends and just keeping it casual, watch movies.
Yeah.
We love watching like 80s movies and 90s movies. And then we
Yeah,
just
that's
like,
my
yeah,
generation.
they're the best. I'm
Woo!
sorry, but they are the best.
Yes.
And then we just like having dinners, you know, we just like keeping it
Oh,
casual,
I love
nothing
that.
crazy.
That's amazing. Well, if you were not sure about pursuing a future in dental hygiene, I think these ladies have convinced you that, well, maybe you should. And if possible, if you're driving around the Nashville area or you run into these two somewhere on Broadway, just don't smile. They might be looking at you. I want to thank my guests, Katja and Curstyn, current dental hygiene students at our Nashville campus. We've had a lot of fun today. And as a reminder, if you live in the Nashville area or visiting Nashville, don't forget to stop by the Nashville Dental Clinic on the South College campus for amazingly low fees for general cleaning and x-rays. And for our veterans, the services are always free. Find more information on our Nashville campus page at www.south.edu/Nashville. That's going to do it for today. With 10 campuses in 7 states, plus online and CPE, there's a pathway for you at South College. Hope you enjoyed this latest episode of Live from South College. The Live from South College podcast is a production from South College Marketing. Thanks for joining me. If you love it, give us some stars, and you can always send us feedback by emailing us at southcollegepodcast@south.edu. And yes, I do read all of them. Thanks for joining us and hope your dreams find direction. See you next time.